please speak about your parents' careers as journalists?
My parents? Well, my parents had been journalists since the mid 1930s, late 1930s. They used to work throughout after the war. They was with Canadian Broadcasting Corporation in Canada. They used to do a lot of writing, radio plays, and that sort of thing, you know. So they were into that. My father, while he was in the army, he edited a troops newspaper at the time there, you know, like a newsletter that they used to put out, and he really enjoyed that. And I think after I left after the war, he started to get into journalism in a more serious manner, you know. But both my parents were very active since those early times. And then when they came to Jamaica in the 50s, right before I was born, they were very active in local journalism as well. Jamaica, just getting into the television, just starting out with the radio station, you know, just a couple of little radio stations in Jamaica at the time. And my father was a disc jockey there, so they were very into, because they were well spoken. They were born and grew in Canada. They are proper, could speak proper English, which was desirable at the time for radio personalities. So my father became a radio disc jockey as well, you know. So yeah, they were both journalists. My mother has written a book or two. She's written a lot of scripts for television. So very active in journalism. My father, as I say, was also, he was at the Jamaica Daily News when newspaper was around. He was worked there as, I think he was an editor there. But he did a lot of creative writing also, which spin off from his journalism work, like speech writing for people, a lot of people, CEOs of companies, politicians who needed speeches. He used to write speech scripts for them to work from and that sort of thing. So, but you know, basically it was just mommy and daddy to me, you know. Journalism was my thing at the time, you know.
What are some of the lessons you learned growing up around Rastafari as a youth?
As a youth? Well, I mean, Rastafari was the example of the Christ spirit to me, you know. I remember as a youngster, I was very intrigued by spirituality and meaning of life and purpose of life and religions and all of these things, you know. Was very intriguing to me. And I did a lot of reading, you know, all kind of books, you know, books of knowledge and, you know, wisdom and that type of thing, and take on the Bible as well and looking for the answers in there for myself, and, you know. But in seeking within myself and looking around in society around me and looking for parallels to righteousness, because I read my Bible and it speaks of a time when ones used to walk the earth and certain special blessed holy ones in there and trod the earth and was in the space with man and man, you know. So I realize I just one time, you know, and I just know, you know, you don't have a past. It has always been the present. It has never been the past, and it will never be the future. It will only be now. You know, and when I realize that now, I realize well, the Christ spirit they're supposed to be with us same way. It's not supposed to go nowhere. You know, see it. It's just it manifest in a different dispensation of the now, you know, and a different ones. So I start looking to that and say, well, it's a mystery, you know, because now as a Rasta man, I say, yeah, Selassie, I am God. And I say, as a little youth, me frightened to say that. I say, bro, how them can say that? You know, some Rasta man say, born Jesus and all them to them. And I myself, I wonder why me that scared to do that, even say that to the reverence when me are all for spirituality and religious knowledge and thing. And me afraid to even make them kind of statement there. But then, because me and Rasta said them thing, they intrigue me like, oh, them cannot say something like this. Something so controversial, you know. So this little man in Ethiopia is God and them thing, you know. So it set me on a journey to really find out what they really are dealing with. And then when I delve into it now, I find out, say, it's a solid doctrine, not some madness where some little man will burn ganja and get crazy, which is how it was presented to me back in the 60s when I grew up. You know what I mean? It's like, Rasta man is some mad man, them smoke ganja, them mad, a black heart man, you just hear bad things. And then when I reached into the teenage years, now I start check it out for myself. I start realize that the man, them doctrine stronger than all other doctrine when I hear, and so I really venture into it, you know. So I get to realize that Rastafari is the true salvation, and His Imperial Majesty is Christ in His kingly character. And that Rasta teach me by having Rasta man around me. I preach these doctrine and I say these things. And I man hear it and then I man it down and I what them really I say, and then me understand say, yeah, that Jesus said what them are born is a white skin, blonde hair, blue eyed Jesus, which is a fake Jesus. So we don't have no concern when we burn out that Jesus there. We burn that to ash. So because we know so that a false preach, false doctrine and them things there. So and that growing up amongst Rasta really teach me that, you know, Rasta is a solid spiritual path for one embark on, and the answers to the questions that I was asking at that time in my life were all answered through Rastafari. So and that I really get out of the experience, you know.